How are we doing, guys? Welcome to qualifying in Vietnam in the Hanoi circuit. Now, it's been a bit of a rough go so far with the old driving and that. I don't know, I've not been doing too well on Hanoi. It's not been a good track. If you remember last year, we ended up P21 and we only came there because we had one retirement. I think it was maybe Verstappen last year, maybe even Albon, I can't remember. But there was a retirement that basically meant we didn't come dead last. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried about it because it's this whole like section here and it's so awkward to get through. It's so awkward to get through. It's just horrible. It's not a bad track, but it just takes so much getting used to. And I don't really want to be behind Kevin Magnussen like this close. I feel like whenever you just do like a flying lap, the game. This is a terrible start already. Whenever it puts you on a flying lap, you always come out behind someone, or someone just comes out of the pits. Maybe I need to start doing drive-out laps, but I don't really want to, that's the thing. Definitely need to get wider in that corner as well, so I can line up this one a bit better. See how we get on. I'd be happy to make it through to Q2 on this, to be honest. Our car is very strong now. Powertrain is way up there. I think recently we had like 3 big upgrades come through. We had a powertrain one that failed, so we're waiting for that to come through next time. I've started to improve the durability quite a lot as well because I think we're going to need it. I've kind of been messing around with the engine. I put brand new parts in all the way through, so no grid penalty or anything. What I did is I finished practice with all of section 1 stuff, all of the number 1 stuff for the components, and then I changed it all basically to set 2 for the race and qualifying. So basically a fresh engine should help me, I don't know. And then what I'll do is I'll go back to number 1 for the next practice session, that again basically. So this in between races, just kind of keep on managing the durability a bit more, because I think that's what undid us last season. We had a couple of big grid penalties, like Hungary for example was a 60 place penalty. I think was it Mexico we took a 5 place penalty. So yeah, we'll see. I basically want to make it through to Q2 at least, would be great, but it's not easy in this Grand Prix. It's not easy in this Grand Prix at all. We have gone ahead of Magnussen, but we're behind Perez, so I don't really know how I feel about that. I might try another lap just in case. We may. Oh wow! Everyone's coming out of the pits, are they? Just to block me. That's cool.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
I don't know if we can actually produce a good lap here or what. I don't know. Is that guy even Magnussen pulling over? I'm not really sure. He's not really helping me here, is he? I've done a purple sector 1, which is great. I'm assuming Hamilton's not going to get out of my way because he never likes getting out of the way, does he? But surely he's only on an out lap, so he should, in theory, he should move over for me, but apparently that's not. He might be moving over. He hasn't really slowed down for me, has he, much? Oh, he's really making this awkward, isn't he? He's going to tow me along a bit, give me a good lap here, but I don't know, I feel like my first lap's probably okay to get top 16, but you never know. If you're around about, like, you know, Magnussen's the only one behind me, I don't know if that's a good lap or a bad lap. It's literally all to do with this section here. I think you just have to be really brave and just kind of go for it if you want to do well. If you want to secure a great lap, you've got to go absolutely balls to the wall, literally, and just scrape the wall and hope you kind of don't smash it. But 0.8 quicker here looks pretty good. Okay, nearly a second faster on that lap. That's good. That's good enough. That lap was definitely good enough to put us through, so we'll take that and see what happens. That wasn't too bad. Right, that should be enough now. We're still quite a way off the leaders. Half a second's a long way. We should be fine. That'll put us through to Q2. Where's Nick? Nick's in 12th. Now, is this the track where Nick decides he's going to be insane? Is this a track where Nick De Vries is going to be insane at? No, he qualifies, he's 13th right now, so we're both through to Q2. That's pretty good. We both got through to Q2 last time. Nick did actually beat us in Bahrain, didn't he? Because we had those 2 spins, so he did end up beating us. Mainly I think 'cause he was on a 1 stop. I think in Bahrain, your best bet is qualify 11th, start at the mediums, and then do a 1 stop. Genuinely think that's the best strategy. Oh, a sensor fault? Jeff? Jeff? Alright, we've missed the first 2 minutes of qualifying. That's not ideal. Because that now means I've got 13 minutes. I've still got plenty of time to put like some laps together, but it's hardly ideal, is it? A sensor fault for 2 minutes. Well, let's fire it up. Let's head out. I do like that there's random faults though. It does make it a bit more realistic as well, that you're not always getting perfect car. Like one of the subbies from Twitch chat before posted in Discord saying he had a whole race, I think it was, in Monza, where his rear wing got stuck open, which in terms of Monza is actually not a bad track for that to happen. But imagine trying to control the car through turns with your rear wing just constantly open. Like the grip levels must be horrendous. Must be absolutely horrendous. Don't know why, I always like having that little tab open at the bottom there, just with the fuel load and stuff. I don't really know why, because I don't really need it for qualifying, but... See, that was a much better exit there, which gives me more speed coming down here, so... We should be able to put in a decent lap, I think, again. And, like I said, now the fact our car's actually, like... Are we like 5th on the grid, or 6th on the grid now? So, we can genuinely... should be pushing for Q3 quite a lot. Just on the edge, maybe. Here we go, let's see what we can produce on lap number 1. It's not a bad start, to be fair. It does look fairly good. I feel like we've had quite a good opener to the lap there. I don't know if we can hold it, but... Here we go, we're looking quite strong. It's difficult to say where we should be at though, at the moment. DRS zone coming up. There we go. You've got to be careful around here as well, just to feather it round. If you turn too sharply, at 210 miles an hour, you'll be straight off into that wall somewhere. We've already ran into that runoff once or twice, and we had punches, so... Oof. That nearly kicked out at the back there, that was weird. Right, here we go. I think we've got Charles Leclerc right in front of us then. Yeah, Charles Leclerc's right in front of us. It's here where you're going to make up all the time, or lose all the time, like... That felt like it was. That felt way better through there, actually. That felt so much smoother. Yeah, that was way better. This should be a good lap, actually. This should be a very good lap. Nick De Vries in 12th with a 1:38. That's quite decent. I think my lap's going to be pretty solid here, though. That's going to be a very good lap. 1:36, I think that was, wasn't it? That's a fantastic lap. Let's see how Nick gets on, though, because I'm very interested. He was P13 or 12 in Q1. We might make it through here, you know. I think we're going to make it through. That was a solid lap. We're consistent. We're just outside. We're 1/10 off there. 2/10 off there. We're quite good. Sector 3 was like great for us there, but I think we're okay. Nick's sunk down now to 16th. Damn it. I'm going to stay out. I'm going to stay in the pit, sorry, because I don't see the point in me pushing another lap. I want Nick to do well, but I don't think... Did he jump up then, or was that just the leaderboard jumped up? Oh! Nick qualified 13th! Go on, son. He beat the Alpha Tauri. He beat Kvyat, Ocon, and Lance Stroll. Damn! There's a chance for points here, guys, from Nick De Vries. Imagine if we had a good driver, good secondary driver. We'd be right up there. Okay, we've got to try and out-qualify Carlos Sainz. He's still our rival. Oh, dear me. Sorry, boys. It's less interesting when I'm doing all these recordings on my own. We're back on Twitch soon, though, so... Should be exciting. Excited to get back to it. Right. Q3, then. And like I said, because on the R&D screen, our car is, like, way up there. So we should be making Q3 every now and then, I think. I think we should be. I don't see why we can't. Right, here we go. Right, we're in for the final... I think here I need to be sharp on the turn. I think I'm trying to feather it too much around like the opening corner for this section. I think that's my issue. I think I've figured out if I can afford to throw it left a bit more in the left-hander. think I was trying to be a bit too delicate before. Right, let's try and get a good exit out of this one here. Okay, that felt fairly good, fairly smooth. Fairly smooth. Let's go. Let's put in a good lap. Basically, just need to beat Carlos. That's the main thing. We are quite far ahead in our rivalry, but if I can keep extending the lead, you know, even just by a point in qualifying, that's great, you know. Okay, this has actually felt like quite a smooth. Okay, that. Oh! I was going to say that felt quite smooth when we ran off the curb there a little bit. Bit of slip and slide. That will probably put us out with a bit of a dodgy lap, I'd imagine, so far. But, however, we did get a good exit down the home straight, and we did get quite a good first corner in that, so it's kind of balanced. Although we messed up a little bit on the exit of the corner there, in turn 3, we're looking a little bit better actually in this lap as a whole. So I like to try and keep the car as straight as possible as well, get that straight line speed, don't turn too sharply. Ricardo does a 1:37.3. It's a good benchmark, but definitely a lap we should be beating. Should definitely be beating Renault by now. Vettel does a 1:36.0. Wow. Are we going to see a 1:35 pop up? Maybe. Not sure it'll be from us. Unless I can nail this section. Here we go. It's this corner here. You can afford to throw it in more there. That's what I can do. I think that's what I've learned now. I think I've now learned how to take this final section a little bit better. That's what I mean, like putting enough laps, practice, whether it's practice laps or you put in qualifying laps, eventually you'll start to figure out the limits of where you can push yourself and where you can push the car. Obviously everyone's car's slightly different in my team, so come on, are we going to get a good lap here? Oh, that was good. 1:36.004. We're 2 thousandths of a second quicker than Vettel. 2 thousandths of a second. That's mental. So I mean, like, we've had quite a good first opening sector again there. That probably wasn't quite as good, that corner, was it? Not quite as good. I might try and see if we can put in a good lap here though, because we're only a 10th out. Charles Leclerc's just gone quicker than us.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
I'm aware, Jeff, thank you. Did we get a good exit? We are? No. Okay, cool. We'll return to the garage then. That's cool. I think we're in 4th right now, which is good. That's very good. I think it is all to do with the straights for us. That's where we make all our time up. Are we way quicker than Carlos? He hasn't set a time yet, so let's see if he's going to set time, is he? He is. I think we just stay in. I don't think we can go much faster than that. Fastest Sector 1 and Sector 3 of the session. We're going to leave it. We should beat Carlos Sainz though. Should be quite happy. I think we just got demoted to 5th, but that's still an incredible... No, 6th. Okay, so Verstappen top, Leclerc and Bottas. We do beat Carlos Sainz by quite a way. Okay, here we go. Let's see how we get on in the race. Obviously, 2-parter for the race in Vietnam. Hopefully we can do well. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a tough race, but we'll see you there. I hope you've enjoyed the qualifying session. P6. Let's see what we can do.